Hello, and welcome back to your mat, and welcome to the last class I'm recording for this year. So I'm in Inverness, Florida, and we'll be here throughout the winter time. So you can expect all new classes in 2025. The beginning of those will all be recorded here in Florida somewhere. So I look forward to sharing those with you. But we'll get started with today's class, and I'm entitling this Feel Good Yoga. So to close out the year, I'm going to do a nice little, we're just going to feel good, have some nice feel good poses, and we're going to enjoy our practice. No props are needed. Bring yourself. That's all you need in a mat. And we'll get started with a quote by Alan Watts. This is the real secret of life, to be completely engaged with what you are doing in the here and now. So for this little short class, let's try to be completely and fully engaged in what we're doing right here and now. We're going to get started in some modified cat-cows. So we're going to come to all fours, and I'll walk you through this. We are going to keep our toes tucked during all of this. So you're going to go ahead and do the regular cow pose here where you have a nice arch in your lower back. But then when you exhale around, we're going to come into a modified child's pose, cat-like. So it's like a hybrid between child's and cat. So you're going to have your back rounded, your toes will stay tucked, and you're kind of folding in like you would child's. And then you're going to inhale and come in to the cow pose or with your lower back arched and your chin up. And exhale round back into a child's cat-like pose. Do a few more of those on your own, at your own pace. Just warming up the body here a little bit, a little feel good. May not feel super awesome on the toes, but it's great to open up the toes. So we're going to keep that going. If it really is bothering your toes, you can untuck them. One more round of each. And then come back up to a nice neutral spine here. And then from here, we're just going to come into a nice downward dog. And we're going to pedal out the legs here a bit. We're just going to really come into this pose. Allow ourselves to release here before we walk forward on our mat. So I'm really giving my legs a good pedal here. It's nice to open up the calves, open up the ankles, stretch through all of that. And then you can go ahead and come into your down dog. On an inhale, go ahead and look forward and walk forward. And then we're going to come into what's called ragdoll here at the front of our mat. So, adjust this mic for a moment here. There we go. So from here, you're going to go ahead and fold forward, but you're going to grab opposite. And I just lost my mic. Try that again. Sorry for the bit of a problem there. All right, let's see if that works better. So from here, you're going to clasp the opposite elbows. Sorry for the interruption there. And we're just going to ragdoll here. So you can swing back and forth if you like. You can do some little bounces here. Really just going to release and just, this should feel nice. Let the neck hang. Let it just drape forward. And then release and come all the way up to mountain, bringing the arms up overhead and exhaling here for a moment. All right, we're going to do just a couple poses here before we do a short little flow, and then we'll finish with some stretches. So go ahead and inhale, rise your arms up, forward fold, open up in a halfway lift, and then from here, go ahead and step that right leg back into a low lunge. And in this case, we're going to come more upright. I'm going to leave my back toes untucked because I like kind of that feeling there, but if you would like, you can untuck those back toes, whatever feels best for you. And then take your hands behind you and either clasp your hands, grasp your elbows again, but we're really opening up here. So we're going to stay more upright in this pose, opening up the quad area and open up the chest. So feel that opening there. And then exhale, release that right arm down, and we're just going to twist into a low lunge. Now, if you'd like, you can bring the back knee off of the ground, or you can leave it lowered. So whatever feels best for you in this low twisted lunge, low, or it could be higher if you got your knee off. And then exhale, step back forward. We're going to come into that ragdoll shape again. So grasp your elbows before we go to the other side. Grasp your elbows,
You can sway side to side. You can have some bounces, but you really just want to let your head and your whole upper body just hang here in space, draping as if it was pouring out of your hips. Inhale and rise all the way back up and come into your mountain pose to reset before we go to the other side. Here we go. Inhale, rise your arms up overhead. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift out. And now step that left foot back, toes untucked or tucked, up to you, and come all the way upright. So we're not going to lean into this one. We're going to stay more upright. And again, you can do the clasp of your hands behind your back or grasp your elbows or grasp your forearms, whatever you can get a hold of there. But really the idea is to open up the chest area here so we're not closing off so much. And you might feel that's also in your quads because we're more upright. So breathe here for a moment. And then exhale and come into your low lunge twist. So again, this could be knee off of the ground. It could be knee down, whatever feels best for you. And then you're going to exhale, plant your hands, and step back into a downward facing dog. Stay here for 2 breaths before we move on to a very short and simple flow. So we're just doing stuff that makes our body feel good. We're moving it. And then go ahead and look forward and step forward. I'm going to step with my left foot first, and we're going to come into Warrior 2. So Warrior 2 are, if you'll remember correctly, our hips are toward the side of the mat, not the front of the mat. So come into your Warrior 2 here. You can use the arms if you like. You can have those behind you. You could come into cactus. Whatever feels best for you. I'm going to give my shoulders a little break today, so I'm going to leave my arms down. Breathe here. Feel solid in this foundation. And then you're going to exhale into a reverse warrior. So go ahead and bring that left arm down. Your right arm down the back, left arm up. Stay here for a breath. And then exhale into side angle. So really simple, easy. Don't have to think about it. Come into your side angle pose here with your left elbow and your left knee. Come back up to Warrior 2, and we're just going to do that a couple of rounds at your own pace. So inhale, reverse. Exhale back to Warrior 2. Inhale into side angle. Come back up to Warrior 2. We're going to do one more round of reverse, Warrior 2, and extended side angle. And then we're going to come and bring our hands down to the mat and come into downward dog. I'm going to turn around so I'm facing the other way. So you go ahead and stay there, but go ahead and bring yourself back to downward dog. And we're going to step our right foot forward this time into Warrior 2. So go ahead and look forward, step up, and come into Warrior 2 on the other side. I just turned around so I'm facing the camera here. And sink in here. So do whatever you want with your arms. Inhale and come into your reverse warrior. Exhale, Warrior 2. Stay for the inhale. And then exhale into side angle. I think that breath pattern works a little bit better. But feel what works for you. So you can breathe at your own pace and know what works for you. Come back up to Warrior 2. And we're going to go through that a couple of rounds. So your reverse warrior. Warrior 2. You can stay for an extra breath if you like. And then come into your extended. We'll do once more. Just kind of moving through this at your own pace. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and rotate around here. Come back into a quick downward facing dog. And then we're going to come into pigeon pose. So go ahead and bring that right foot or that right leg forward. So your right knee is forward and your left leg is back. Now you have the option here to be on 90-90 if that works better for you. So that it would just simply bring that back leg in a bit more. So now everything's at a 90-degree angle here. Your legs, your ankles to your hips. So you decide what works best for you. Or you can extend that
back leg all the way back. Both of them are going to be nice to give you that nice opening. Look forward, and then you can come on down any amount. If you're in the 90-90, you could also come down. So just see what works best for you. So really the only difference is either your left leg is 90 degrees or it's straight back. It will change the angle a bit, but some pigeon doesn't work for everybody. So pick what works best for you. And then just stay here in this pose for a minute. Just go into this pose. And then from here, I want you to go ahead and just swing that left leg around, and we're just gonna come into a seated twist. So I now have my left leg is on top of my right. Come all the way up, and then go ahead and twist over to the left. Quick little twist there. And then release that. And now you're just gonna stay here and come into the other side. So either your left leg is gonna be forward no matter what. You're either gonna come into your 90-90 with the left leg forward, or you're gonna have that right leg back all the way and not in 90-90 sit here. So come all the way up and exhale and fold forward into your pigeon pose. Breathing here for a few rounds and letting that go. So this is just a nice one I think this one feels good. So does the 90-90 set. So whichever one works best for you, it's just a great feel-good pose. And then we're gonna go ahead and swing that right leg around and come into our seated twist. So I'm just gonna step that right foot over the left knee, sit up tall, exhale and twist to your right. You're gonna release this in a moment. We're gonna come down and do a happy baby, and then we're gonna finish up. So it's gonna be a little shorter class. And I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but there are some airboats coming through. We are in Florida, so that's possibly gonna come through my video. Then you're gonna exhale and come back, and we'll come into happy baby. So go ahead and come back onto your backs. Reach for both of your soles of your feet and come into happy baby. So my knees are pointed down to the ground, my soles of feet are pointed up. Do a nice, easy, happy baby here. And then we're gonna release that. And we'll do a quick bridge pose here. So plant both of your feet and inhale and rise those hips all the way up. Nice bridge pose here. Just to finish out class and release all of that. And then release the hips back down. Hug your knees into your chest. If you have time, please lie back in Shavasana and stay there. Otherwise, for those of us who need to move on with our day, we're gonna come on up. I'm gonna close out class, but please, if you're in Shavasana, stay there. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed all of the classes this year, and I look forward to bringing you new ones next year. And next week, I will be posting a playlist of the top videos on my channel from 2024. So thank you, happy holidays, happy winter, happy whatever it is that you may be celebrating or not celebrating, as the case may be. Thanks, and until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.